Live from the Mullen Center for the final weekend of the 2024-2025 college hockey campaign, and it all boils down to this. One team hopes to sweep the weekend and claim the #1 seed in Hockey East, and the other, with a regulation win, looks to shimmy under the projected cut line and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. It's the 12th ranked team in the nation, the UMass Minutemen, welcoming the 4th ranked Maine Black Bears here in Amherst, Massachusetts. With that said, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to have you with us here on 91.1 WMUA alongside John Brent. John, this is going to be a fun one. All year we've heard Coach Carvel talk how important every game.
Yeah, it sure does, Jacob. I mean, this is absolutely crucial for both teams. It's the final regular season matchups of the year. For Maine, they can sneak into the first place spot in the Hockey East. They are 4 points behind the Boston College Eagles. If they're able to get 6 points against the Minutemen this weekend, they could potentially move up to first. But as for the Minutemen, they are right on the cut line of the NCAA tournament. Currently in 12th in pairwise. They can't go any lower than that. They have to put up a good showing against the Maine Black Bears today, or their NCAA tournament hopes could be put in jeopardy. And that's not even mentioning Hockey East Conference implications. They're currently 6th in the conference, 33 points for the Minutemen. They could slide up to 5th or 7th, depending on the results.
John, something else Coach Carvel remarked about is how similar both these two teams are. Very good defensively, some highly talented scorers, and in goal, of course, break walls. He didn't mention anyone in particular, but you have to think he's talking about Harrison Scott here and their goaltender, Albin Boya.
Yeah, let's go over Albin Boya, Jacob. I mean, this guy, he is a Richter candidate in my mind. He is 2nd in the league in goals against average and 7th in save percentage. He has been absolutely on fire for the Black Bears. I mean, he saved 51 of 55 against Vermont, 24 of 26 against UMass back in February, and absolutely robbed Don Zlishmelis when he was going to tie the game late in the third.
A big reason why UMass is in this position here is because of the stretch they've had this 2025 year. They teetered a little bit in the beginning of the season. They didn't get much of a winning streak. Just 2 was the most in 2024. But in their last 12, John, 8-2-2, and a big reason for that is Cole O'Hara.
Yeah, Cole O'Hara has been on absolute fire for the Minutemen. Talking about Boya, you got to talk about Cole O'Hara. He's tied for 2nd in points in the entire NCAA with 47. He's on a 12-game point streak. That is the most ever by a Minuteman, and it's just been absolutely incredible what O'Hara has been able to do in his Hobie candidacy.
John, let's do it. Give me players to watch away to home.
I mean, let's hit, first of all, let's go with Idar Suniev. I mean, he's a Calgary Flames draft pick, 3rd round. He had a goal and 2 assists in the weekend against Lowell, and he scored 1 minute into the game in the second game against Lowell. That put the Minutemen off and running to 3 Hockey East points. He's my player to watch against Maine tonight. And as for the Black Bears, let's go with Taylor McCarr, the former UMass Minuteman. He scored the game-winning goal in February when these two teams matched up against each other, and the Avalanche draft pick certainly has revenge on his mind when he's coming back to Amherst.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups for both these two teams. For your UMass Minutemen, Jack Musa, Lucas Mercury, and Cole O'Hara are the top line forwards. On defense, Lucas Olvestad and Owen Murray. And in goal, a guy that has been phenomenal. .924 save percentage and a 2.45 goals against average, Michael Robel. At the other side of the ice, Harrison Scott centering Josh Nadeau and Thomas Friel. On defense, David Brazil, Brandon Charbrier. And in goal, Albin Boya, like you mentioned, who has been superb. And in just a few moments, we are going to have a national anthem be performed. John, what are you expecting out of this one?
Well, it's Todd Angeli coming to the Mullen Center to perform the anthem, and he's always firing people up at the TD Garden. It's a great crowd here at the Mullen Center in the final regular season matchup. Expect the vibes to be high in this one.
Fans are standing. John and I are ready, but national anthem on tap. We'll step aside up here, but we'll let the anthem play out as Angeli takes over in just a few moments. Todd Angeli with a fantastic national anthem. And with that said, we're going to send it on down ringside. Ava Fernandez, she's got a couple players to watch to take it away ahead of this one.
Some players to watch from UMaine is Owen Fowler. He's a Massachusetts native from Tewksbury. He's a transfer from UMass Lowell, another huge team in the Hockey East. He missed last season at Lowell due to a lower body injury. This season, he's got 8 goals and 8 assists for the Black Bears, and Owen's goal against UVM last game increased UMaine to a two-game goal advantage. Idar Sunyev from the Minutemen was right behind Cole O'Hara with 17 goals and 16 assists this season. He had a lower body injury right in the middle of the season, but he's came back stronger, registering either a goal or an assist in almost every single game since he's been back here on the ice at Mullins. Let's see what these Futures players would do tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ava. We appreciate it. This should be a good one as we outlined in the open. If you're just joining us here on 91.1 WMUA Amherst, it's great to have you with us. John Ruggiero alongside Jacob Repper, Tim Brown in the studio. John, any final thoughts before these two teams clash for the final time this season?
I mean, Jacob, we say this, I think, every weekend, but this is the biggest games of the season for both of these teams. Maine, lots on the line. You want to have the first spot in the Hockey East Conference. As for UMass, their backs are against the cut line wall in the pairwise rankings. They can't go any lower. They have to go up.
It's going to be a good one. Maine comes in after a sweep against Vermont just a week ago. UMass splitting against UMass Lowell. They took the victory here in the shootout, and they got the job done, getting 5 out of 6 points against them, a team that's just a few points behind them in the pairwise standings. With that said, we turn our attentions to the ice. UMass from left to right wearing their home white jerseys, maroon trim, maroon helmets, and Maine going from right to left wearing their navy blue away jerseys, baby blue trim, and navy blue helmets. The teams are ready, and let's do it. Opening faceoff is won by UMass as they batted into the offensive zone. Top line on for the Minutemen. Lucas Mercury, Cole O'Hara, and Jack Musa. Maine will bat this one out. It gets walled off at center ice. UMass tries to flutter it back in. Here's Lucas Mercury. Played the most games in the Coach Carvel era. He's approaching 165 games. Here's Mercury at the neutral zone. Tries to slide it ahead for Cole O'Hara, who, John, you mentioned, has just been phenomenal. He's riding a point streak coming into this one.
Yeah, he sure is, Jacob. 12 games. That's a record for the Minutemen, but Mercury just missed him that time. O'Hara was going to split the D and come into the zone very hot. Mercury's pass just wayward.
Over 45 seconds in here, UMass has it in the neutral zone. A big hit there in front of UMass's bench, and it comes out to the near side. Here's a shot right into the shoulder of Boya for his first save and the first whistle of the night. So far, a good start for the Minutemen.
Yeah, Larry Keenan with that shot right there. Probably surprised Boya a little bit. That's the first shot on goal in this game. And as for Larry Keenan, he had an assist in the game against Lowell, and he has certainly been a staple on the back end.
Face off to the left of Albin Boya. UMass sends out their second line, Donzel Schmelis, Idar Sunyev, and Daniel Yenchko, an all-European line that has done a lot, but not so much out of Yenchko as this one goes for an icing. He has been struggling, to say the least. Hasn't had a goal in over 10 games, but he's been staying on it after practice. John, we see him all the time, trying to get in those extra reps.
Yeah, Yenchko, I mean, I was in a class with him, and he's a low-key guy, but it looks like he's always focused and ready to come and play the game of hockey. I mean, you said it, Jacob. He hasn't scored since the Merrimack game on January 17th. He did have an assist in the last game against Lowell, but he's been struggling as of late just a little bit.
UMass wins the faceoff. Sunyev with the backhand. Boya pads it aside. The puck swirls around to the near half wall. Here's Larry Keenan. He gets stapled along the boards. Frank Jurasevich gives the hit to Yenchko, and it's taken away by Idar Sunyev. Tries to pass it back up top to the point, but he sends it all the way down. UMass will go for a full change, as will Maine, as they bring out their third line. Lyndon Breen, Sully Sholey, and Owen Fowler. UMass through their own end. Now the neutral zone. It's Ryan Lonback along the near side. Lonback pass down in front off the skate of Cam O'Neill's. He can't gather it in, but he's batting after the puck, trying to scoop it free. Nice defensive move by Luke Antonacci to clear it out, and here comes Fowler through the neutral zone, getting hounded by Kennedy O'Connor, and UMass disrupts that play for a moment as Michael Robble settles it down behind his cage.
Yeah, I think the Minutemen are going to be a little bit remiss here.
And here's a chance. Long shot is scooped up by Robble. Over 1:45 in here in the first period.
Sorry, James. Quick turnover there by the Minutemen in their own zone, but that's 2 times now that a pass is kind of missed. Lawton back that time to O'Neill, just a little bit too far into his skates for O'Neill. Couldn't get a shot away, and I mentioned Mercury to O'Hara earlier. That would have been two dangerous chances, both missed by UMass.
John, we've seen that a few times even last week with UMass Lowell. Some good opportunities, but they can't make the most of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of putting the puck in the back of the net. You have to connect with your teammates, especially that first line, O'Hara, Musa, and Mercury. If anyone's going to connect, it's going to be those guys. 2
minutes into the first period here, UMass versus UMaine in the Mullins Center. Final 2 games of the regular season. Here's a backhand shot, steered aside by Michael Robble. UMass going left to right, Maine right to left. Puck in UMass's zone. They try to get out. Here's the fourth line on for the Minutemen. James Dewar, Nick Van Tassel, and Bo Cosman. Joey Musa, the Dartmouth transfer, 5th year, is sitting in this one. Van Tassel hit behind the goal line. Bo Cosman comes over, tries to strip the puck free. He's got Van Tassel along his left hip. Comes out to Cosman. Cosman tries to jam it out in front, but no Minutemen are there. It's skated away by the Black Bears, and they'll saucer this one into UMass's defensive zone.
I'd like to see Cosman maybe try the wraparound there. Tried to force it in front, didn't work.
This one's tipped into the left of Boya. Skating back for it is Brandon Charbriere. He'll rim it around to the far side. Dale Elche's there. Long shot. Deflected out in front. They score! It's Cole, the goal. O'Hara, he opens the scoring here at the Mullins Center. It's UMass up 1-0.
Cole O'Hara with the tip in front. It was a shot from the point. O'Hara was left wide open in the slot. He tips it right past Boya. And just like that, the Minutemen are off and running in this first period. O'Hara, his point streak continues.
His 20th goal of the season, and his point streak continues. It has been phenomenal, like you mentioned, John, to watch him play his Hobie Baker campaign. And he extends that to 13 on the season. What a start for the Minutemen, cashing in at 3 minutes in here of the first period. Charbriere will shoot it around to the far side. Dale Elche's not there. Gets scooped up along the far half wall by Thomas Friel. Friel battling for it below the goal line to the left of Robble. Larry Keenan's there to saucer it ahead for Musa, but the puck pops up and finally settles down onto the ice. Maine trying to keep it in, and it gets shoveled out by Lucas Mercury. But Cole O'Hara continuing his dominance.
Yeah, the Hobie Baker chant just broke out here at the Mullins Center, but O'Hara, he is the guy right now. I believe that puts him in a tie for first place in points for the NCAA. And the whole play started by a simple shot by Dale Alge. O'Hara, aware, had a stick on the ice, tipped it home.
Tied with Aiden Fink and Jack Devine battling there of Denver. A couple of top-notch players there. As Maine tries to keep it in, here's an opportunity for Charlie Russell. He'll peel back, passes it back up top to the point for Brandon Holt. Holt's shot doesn't get through, deflects all the way down into his own zone. UMass will go for a change, as will Maine. Over 4 minutes into the first period here. It's great to have you with us on 91.1 WMUA alongside John Ruggiero, Jacob Repper. The final 2 games of the season between these 2 hockey teams and all of college hockey in general. Brandon Holt below the goal as the fans get on his, I wasn't going to say on his side, but cheering against him. As Holt skates it out, he tries to work it through the neutral zone, hits the stick of Sully Sholey as he sends it in deep. Goes past the stick of Michael Robble, skating after his Cam O'Neill. He gathers the puck, little stutter step, and he'll take it out of his own zone. Cam O'Neill, a lot of room, cross ice pass to the near side, and it gets gathered by Ryan Lundback. There's a shot, doesn't get through, banks off the end boards. Cam O'Neill comes charging in. Now it's taken away by Bodie Nodes as he skates it out. Now Sully Sholey. He'll flip this one high into the sky and into the fans as it is whistled down. Over 5 minutes in here at the Mullins Center.
That whole rush started with Sully Sholey getting a little bit too low in the UMass zone, and O'Neill realized that, made a move and charged up ice. That allowed for a chance for the Minutemen on goal, and there was a rebound to the right, and Luttenbach and O'Neill, a little bit of miscommunication. O'Neill coming back from injury. He's been back for a good amount of games now since January, and he's just been a little bit absent on the ice for the Minutemen.
John, that goal for UMass could be monumental because Maine is 17-1-0 when they get the first goal in the game, 12-0 when leading after the first period. Lucas Olvestad in the far corner. He rims around to his defensive partner, Owen Murray, along the near side, who we talked to this weekend. Had a lot of good things to say about this UMaine team. Very similar style of play. And a big key, he said, was keeping them out of the crease away from Michael Robble, letting him see shots. UMass has it in their own zone. Lucas Olvestad along the goal line, tips it in. Here's an opportunity for Kenny Connors. Far circle, wrist shot goes past the near side and the left glove of Boya. UMass jams it in deep. They'll go for full change and a massive hit below the goal line by the charging Cosman. Like a freight train. UMass can't keep it in the offensive zone. They'll go back and look to stretch the pace of play the other way. Here's Cosman. He's got a shot in the arm here. His shot blockered aside by Boya. Maine trying to clear it out. And they do. They'll skate it out through the neutral zone. Tic-tac-toe the other way. Charging in is Josh Nadeau. Round to the near side. Gets scooped up by UMass as they try to clear. Over 6 minutes in here the first period. UMass up 1-0 over the Maine Black Bears. Puck in the neutral zone as Brandon Holt gets thrown to the ground by the freshman James Dewar.
Yeah, that's a dangerous hit right there. Holt's back was to Dewar. A big hit nonetheless. Have to see if maybe there's a challenge.
UMass trying to skate this one out. Cole O'Hara gets interfered with, and I believe this will be a Maine penalty.
Yeah, he was held from behind, and just when I thought that Dewar might be going to the box, it's actually going to be a Maine player going to the box for holding O'Hara.
And speaking of Cole O'Hara, Ava's going to tell us about his dominance. She's over ringside. Actually, it'd be Annabelle Crago, excuse me.
Thank you, Jacob. It's hard to mention UMass hockey this season without mentioning the name Cole O'Hara. Cole just scored the first goal of the night. From the start of the season, we've seen Cole taking strides on and off the ice. When I spoke to him earlier in the season, he led UMass hockey in points. Now he holds a program record of a 12-game point streak. Cole was also nominated for the Hobie Baker Award and has helped keep UMass's pace in the national tournament discussion. In UMass's matchup against Merrimack earlier this season, Cole O'Hara took sole lead of the NCAA points race for a moment, scoring his 20th goal and 47th point of the year, extending his point streak to break the program record. He was selected in the 4th round by the Nashville Predators in the 2022 NHL Draft and said that this was a huge accomplishment for him. We look forward to watching Cole as the Minutemen take on Maine for their last home matchup of the regular season. Back up to John and Jacob.
Thanks a lot, AC. We appreciate it. Both teams coming out of the media timeout. John, we talk a lot about how UMass doesn't get off to great starts, but so far it's been all them in the offensive zone, and they've got one goal to show for it.
Yeah, they sure do, Jacob. I mean, albeit it was a simple shot from the point, and they do lead in shots 4-3, but now they have a chance to extend their lead as Harrison Scott goes to the box for a holding penalty, and UMass will send out their 5 forwards.
So it will be a 5-on-4 power play, like you mentioned, for 2 minutes. 5-forward look that UMass has done all season, John, and it has really benefited them. On the power play, 26%. That's up there in the nation. As the faceoff is to the right of Boya here. UMass can't win this one back, goes into the far corner. They're trying to shovel after it, but it gets walled off at the far blue line. Connors can't keep it in, banks off a Maine skate, and he'll have to retreat as that kills off 15 minutes of the UMass power play.
Good job by Nolan Renwick to get in front of that Kenny Connors pass, and the puck went fluttering back to the UMass zone.
Here comes UMass. Into the offensive zone they go. Cross-ice pass to Lucas Mercury near circle. His saucer pass hits a Maine stick and trickles into the far corner. UMass brushes it back up top to Kenny Connors. Now Cole O'Hara patiently passes it back down low. Backdoor try out in front, and it barely misses the stick of Idar Sunyev. Here's Sunyev. Passes it back up top to Connors, looking to shoot. His shot goes in! Kenny Connors might have deflected out in front, but it's a power play goal, 2-0 Minutemen.
Wow, what a start for the Minutemen here. Kenny Connors will lead the line, but it was a perfect screen in front by Lucas Mercury. Looked like there was a little bit of a deflection. Boya caught some of it, but as of right now, Kenny Connors has scored his 10th goal of the season, a power play goal for the Minutemen, and an unbelievable start here at the Mullins Center.
He has 3 points in now 3 games. He scored a goal against Maine up there. defensive deke by Brandon Holt as Maine comes through the neutral zone. Brendan Charbriere slings it down low. Maine starting to curl with the puck. Here's Nadeau, tries to send it across to the far side for Charbriere. Back down low, evades a hit from Musa and swirls it back up top to the point. A lot of cycling going on now, is driving in, and a big save by Robble, gets his own rebound as he makes his 7th save of the night. And with that said, we're going to step aside for a media timeout. 7:47 left here in the first. UMass up 2-0. You're listening to the Home Fort Minutemen Sports on 91.1 WMUA. Welcome back to 91.1 WMUA. This is just a reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by the Mill River Tavern in Hatfield, a neighborhood bar and restaurant situated just on the other side of the Connecticut River, not far from the UMass campus. From signature cocktails to brick oven pizza, this small town tavern offers everything needed for an evening with friends or a sit-down meal with family. The Mill River Tavern is open Monday through Saturday as late as 9:30 p.m. The Mill River Tavern is found online at millrivertavern.com. We thank them for their support. Play resumes here in the Mullen Center. 7:40 left here in the first period. The Minutemen up 2-0. The Maine Black Bears in UMass's defensive zone. McCarr scrambling after it. Puck slides out to the near side. It's scooped up by Cole O'Hara as he tries to lead Jack Musa the other way. Here's Musa, splits the D, but a great defensive play by a couple of Black Bears to disrupt the Minutemen. But it's kept in at the point. Long shot glove by Boya. No rebound, and he gives a big hit there to, I believe, Cole O'Hara on the play.
Goes David Brazil. They took him down right in front of Boya. You don't want to see that. Your Hobie candidate is going down. But it was a great play by Brandon Charbriere as Jack Musa tried to split the D. Lifting Musa's stick didn't allow him to get a shot on goal. And we keep playing here at the Mullen Center. Apologize for any technical difficulties on our YouTube stream. We believe it is back up and running.
Face-off will be to the right of Alvin Boya. 7:18 left here in the first period. UMass still up 2-0. Maine has out their top line Harrison Scott, Josh Nadeau, and Thomas Friel. Here's Dale Elche, long shot, patted away. Alvin Boya searching for it, but Kenny Connors is quick to the puck. Puck hung up along the near half wall. Maine will saucer it out. Dancing on edge, Josh Nadeau searching for it. He gets taken down, but it's taken away by Kenny Connors in his own zone. Connors, long stretch pass the other way for Londenbach. He'll peel back up top to the point and backhand it down low. Cam O'Neill in on the forecheck, avoids a hit. Jukes to his left on the forehand, going one-on-one against Brandon Holt. To the point it goes for Dale Elche. Delicate pass down low to the charging Yenchko. The European line on for the Minutemen. Yenchko, Lashmelis, and Sunyev. Here's the Boston Bruins prospect on the day that Brad Marchand got traded. Drop pass to the near side. Dale Elche weaves it back out in front. Sunyev couldn't get a good handle on it, and Maine will sky it out. Sunyev skating back for it. 6:15 left here in the first. Sunyev threading his way in. Sharp angle shot catches the shoulder of Boya. Taken away by Grayson Arnault, and he'll sky that one into the neutral zone. Maine is under fire here. Despite their 10 shots to UMass's 8, UMass has had the quality opportunities in this one.
Yeah, they sure have, Jacob. I mean, give them a power play, they cash in on it. Simple tip from the point, they cash in on it. And it's just the shots that Maine has allowed, and a couple space in front of Boya blocking his eyes has been the difference so far.
Puck in UMass's defensive zone. UMass with their fourth line on, Dewar, Van Tassel, and Bo Kosman. A couple players hung up along the near half wall. It trickles around to the far side. Incoming is Harrison Scott, evades a hit, and a big hit there from Lyndon Alger on Owen Fowler, the UMass Lowell transfer. John, we've seen a lot of hits to open up this one.
Yeah, Owen Fowler, he's a guy that was mixing things up in the February game between these two teams, as there he is again, taking a shot at Joey Muse in front of the UMass bench as we hit the media timeout.
With that said, we will send it on down to Karen Snow. She's got a little update for us about the great goaltender for UMass in Michael Robel.
Thanks, guys. UMass goaltender Michael Robel has had a career year. He is 7th of all time for UMass in saves with 1,662, surpassing Jonathan Quick. He could also move up to being tied for 4th of all time in single-season wins by a UMass goalie with 17 total. He would be tied with Pat Flaherty and Gabe Weiner. Rabel has also gone 6 straight games without allowing more than 3 goals in a game and has only allowed 4 goals in a game in 4 games this season. Not only is UMass happy to have him, but so is Coach Carvel. He said, quote, "Our goaltending is consistent, and UMass's fate essentially is on him. He is playing elite goaltending. Rabel is playing outstanding with a .924 save percentage, and especially in the last stretch of the season, where UMass is 8-2-2 in their last 12 games. He's a key part of this very exciting team heading into the postseason." Back to Jacob and John in the booth.
Thanks a lot, Karen. We appreciate that. Of course, John Ruggiero, Jacob Repper here at Press Row, Tim Brown in the studio. As always, we appreciate you tuning in to the home fort for Minutemen Sports. John, we're getting to wrap up this season. It's gone by so fast. I feel like the other day you were in Las Vegas, and now we're getting ready for spring break and hopefully some Hockey East and NCAA tournament play.
Yeah, it goes fast, doesn't it? I mean, the 35 or so games are split up between a couple of months, but, I mean, we're here. This is just about it for the season, and it doesn't get any more exciting than this. Looks like we're going to play 4-on-4 here as Joey Musa, and Owen Fowler have been sent to the box.
Student Appreciation Night here in the Mullins Center. And tomorrow night it will be senior night. UMass acknowledging those 4 seniors. And a lot of us here on Press Row will be departing. Fortunately for John and I, and fortunately for you at home, we'll be back for another year.
Maybe unfortunately.
It's unfortunate I got to work with you again. Somebody sent in a transfer. It's got a few redshirt years left. Just kidding, as always.
Of course.
4-on-4, 4:50 left here in the first period. UMass has it, like you mentioned. John mentioned a few moments ago. Jack Musa in the box. And a player for Maine, we can't see it. Nevertheless, Cole O'Hara juking his way in the far corner. Gets hit to the ground by Brendan Charbrier, but springs back up onto his skates. It'll be taken away by Ross Midden. Through the neutral zone it goes to Nadeau. Skating after it 1-on-2. It's scooped up by Owen Murray on the backhand. Nadeau getting trailed and delivers a hit to Owen Murray, who's face down on the ice along the far half wall. Great individual effort from Nadeau, but it's settled down by the Minutemen. 4:10 left here in the first period.
Yeah, Owen Murray was just kind of caved in from behind there by Josh Nadeau. Luckily, no worse for wear for the junior defenseman. And we talked to Murray, you mentioned it earlier, Jacob, how he has become a leader on this UMass back end, especially for guys like Del Alche and Keenan.
Owen Murray had a goal last game against UMass Lowell, a career high in 12 points. That's 3 extra points from his stat total last year. He has certainly trended in the right direction. Yeah, but here comes Holt trying to split the D. He gets the offensive zone. Holt forehand, backhand save by Robel. Rebound goes wide. And that opportunity came out of nowhere. Holt put on the burners, but Robel comes up strong with 3:30 left here in the first.
Yeah, Holt just completely split Keenan and Del Alche.
On the backhand, here's a chance. One-timer goes wide to the left side of the net. I don't know how that missed. You hear the goal horn go off. That is...
Looked like it went through the net.
It was a chance for UMass on the backdoor try. The goal horn just went off. But I don't think the linesmen and referees are going to meet at center ice. John, you mentioned it went through the net. I don't know how that didn't go in.
That was my complete guess. We'll have to see a replay. Refs are going to go to the penalty bench here to review this one. It looked like it went completely through the net there. I could be wrong. There was a Maine player on our near side, and it might have deflected off him and went behind the goal, but I'm not exactly sure. You would think, I think Kenny Connors would have known it, right away. I don't think this is a goal.
We'll hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
So it'll be no goal. I guess our eyes deceived us there, but
again, it was just a Maine player that was on the right post. The puck must have deflected off of him and just barely sat down behind the goal. It looked like it just went through the net. And everyone else thought the same thing.
Nevertheless, 3:15 left here in the first. UMass still up 2-0 over the Maine Black Bears. 3 regulation points will likely put them in the NCAA tournament. If they don't get that, if Maine sweeps the weekend, they'll have to fight in the Hockey East tournament and try to get the lone bid. Puck in UMass's defensive zone. Ryan Lund back down on the ice, one of a couple seniors that will be acknowledged tomorrow for the Minutemen. And now it's Kenny Connors skating after trying to negate an icing, but he does not get there in the nick of time.
4-on-4 is over, but it's just an interesting moment there at the Mullen Center. Everything came to the stop, and the referees could have let it keep going, but wisely they wanted to check on it, make sure that puck didn't go into the net. And that provided a nice little stoppage for the players, but it seemed like they knew right away that the puck wasn't going in.
Face off to the left of Michael Robel. 2:51 left here in the first period. John, I'm trying to get us some cake over there on press row. Our great SID Jill Jakuba, a great chef. Have you had any of her work?
I have not, but I've heard it's coffee cake today.
I'm a big coffee guy. Michael Robel snags this one. Is it good? Kayla Gregoire says it's good. That's all I need as Robel makes a save. 2:38 left here in the first period. UMass 8 shots on goal. Maine with 13. Give them credit. They've shot the puck, and that's one of the storylines coming into this one. Maine averages 35 shots on goal per game. Their opponent's just 24. But, John, for Michael Robel, like you know, he does like a higher shot volume.
Yeah, he sure does. He's a guy that is going to play with the flow of the game. If UMass doesn't allow a shot on goal for the first 15 minutes of the first period, that's probably not going to be good for Michael Robel. I believe that one was offsides on Maine. But he goes with the ebbs and flows of the game. He's a guy that likes a high shot volume. You see when he makes 40 or so saves, UMass usually wins the game. And that can't be said for many teams.
Face off in front of UMass's bench. 2:32 left here in the first period. Top line on for the Minutemen with Lucas Mercury at center. He loses this face off, and UMaine will shoot it in deep. Here's the Denver transfer, former NCAA champion Lucas Olvestead. He'll shoot it in deep, go to the bench right away for a change. UMaine will try to get it out. 2:15 left here in the first. And this will be a delayed hand pass, but UMass will touch it, so the faceoff will come out into the neutral zone.
I'm hesitant, Jacob, to say that the Minutemen have had the majority of dangerous scoring chances, because you look at their 2 goals, they're 2 shots from way up high in the zone towards the point. The first one being a DeValce shot that was tipped beautifully by O'Hara. I mean, that's just pure skill by the Hobie nominee. But then you have a Kenny Connors shot that was just a seeing eye snipe. Mercury had the screen in front.
I believe the puck went up into the netting here, so we'll have another face-off in the neutral zone. But, John, yeah, I agree with what you're saying a little bit. Feels like UMass does a really good job at getting shots from the point. You've been very critical about them and getting more of those shots because oftentimes it yields goals, and in this case it certainly has. But Maine has done a nice job getting below the goal line, which is something Owen Murray talked to us about earlier in the week, keeping them not below the goal line, but out front more towards the blue line. As here comes Idar Sunyev one-on-one the other way. Sunyev tries to go to the backhand, but gets defended well by Frank Jurasevich.
Sunyev's trying to do a little bit too much there. Like to see him just cut left instead of do whatever he was trying to do. I think he was trying to go through the legs or something like that to the backhand, but didn't work out for him. Good defensive play by Jurasevich.
So Sully Sholey gets hit along the far half wall by Lushmelis. He went down just a few moments ago. We've seen some big hits in this one. 1:20 left here in the first period. Puck scrum in the far corner. Kennedy O'Connor involved. He's got Lushmillis on his right hip, but UMass will slide it all the way down with Ryan Laudenbach chasing after it. He can't get there in time, so it will be an icing on the Minutemen. It's just a quick reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by the Mill River Tavern in Hatfield, a neighborhood bar and restaurant situated just on the other side of the Connecticut River, not far from the UMass campus. From signature cocktails to brick oven pizza, this small town tavern offers everything needed from an evening with friends or a sit-down meal with family. Mill River Tavern is online at millrivertavern.com and on Instagram and Facebook. They're open from Monday through Saturday as late as 9:30 p.m. We thank the Mill River Tavern for their support. 1:12 left here in the first period. Quick shot goes past the right ear of Michael Rowell. That was a quick one from Nadeau. But luckily for the Minutemen, it didn't find Twine. UMass able to get it at 1 minute left here in the first period. Kenny Connor skating after it. Connor shovels it in deep. Ryan Laudenbach skating after it, trying to scoop up the puck. It gets taken away by Harrison Scott. Scott tries to work it through the neutral zone. Back it goes to Lucas Olvestead. Olvestead, long stretch pass, now outlet pass. Here's a chance for a circle shot, and blocked and knocked down by Boya. Here's another chance on the doorstep. They shoot, they score! Jack Musa gets the goal. UMass strikes with 40 seconds left. It's 3-0 Minutemen.
You talk about coming and showing up to play. And that is exactly what the Minutemen have done tonight. And it's Jack Musa who collects a rebound. Another shot from the point, Jacob. It was Olvestead from the left point, and Boya stopped it. Rebound went to Musa. Just like that, Maine is getting run out of Amherst.
Musa had 2 points in the series against Lowell. He gets a massive one here to put UMass up 3-0, less than a minute left. And for Jack Musa from Orange Park, Florida, it's his 16th goal of the season. Fans couldn't be happier right now. And this one gets whistled down, 26.6 seconds left. It's been quite a story. Jack Musa comes in as a freshman, puts up, I believe it was a goal in his first game here at the Mullen Center. Is that correct, John?
I think so.
And he tallied on a couple more from there, and right away you saw the 5'10" freshman that was last year have something that he could contribute, and he is accelerated in his progress ever since. In his sophomore year, he's been bumped up to the first line with Mercury and O'Hara, and a big reason why O'Hara has as many points as he does is because of that man himself.
I mean, Jack Musa, he was on a point streak himself, got up to 9 games, and that ended in the second game against UNH. But against Lowell, he put up a goal and an assist over last weekend, and once again, he's on the board for UMass in a big way. I mean, 2 goals starting out against Maine, that's huge in itself, but you tack on that third, Jacob, that means so much more.
Yes, it does. And John, you heard my stat that I read earlier. When Maine goes into the first intermission up by a goal at least, they're 17-1-0. Excuse me, 12-0. So they're undefeated when they do that. 17-1-0 when they score first. 3 seconds left here in the first period. Couple players suspended along the end wall, and that will do it. The horn will sound. We go to break with the Minutemen up 3-0 against Maine here in the Mullen Center. With that said, we're going to step aside. Tim Brown has a great intermission report for you. John Ruggiero, Jacob Repper, you're listening to Home Fort for Minutemen Sports on 91.1 WMUA. Yep, let's do it. And we welcome you live here at the Mullins Center. For those of you listening on the radio 91.1, bear with us here. We're doing a little food roux up at Press Row. John Ruggiero alongside Jacob Prepper. If you stuck with us in the first period, you know about the calamity that is this coffee cake that has gone missing. All the people on Press Row, they loved it. John, what do you got, though? Tell us what you're diving in.
I've got one more chicken tender, and Jacob's got the crumbs of what is left of the coffee cake.
Mangled up coffee cake.
So,
All
dig
right,
into
cheers. Let's do it. Should probably turn our mics down so people don't hear us eating. Not bad.
Oh no, I'm not sure Jacob enjoys it, but I could say that my chicken tender was pretty good. I don't know about you, Jacob. You're right there. It doesn't sound like it. Oh no, we've had a disaster here. This is not good. Jacob has had a performance just like Maine's in the first period, and that's why the score is 3-0 UMass.
Choking.
It wasn't bad.
No, it was great. It was nothing
So
to
good.
do. It was actually phenomenal.
So good you forgot to chew.
That's what it was. I'm managing a lot of things here. Talking to you, the review, the radio, the YouTube. I just got starstruck. I got caught up in it all. But Jill Jakuba, our amazing SID, we appreciate her, and a great coffee cake. Seriously, I choked on it because I was doing too much at once, which is how I crashed my car, like you mentioned last week.
Okay.
But with that said, our attention shifts to the ice here at the Mullins Center, up in Press Row. The Minutemen up 3-0 after pouring it on the University of Maine the first period, and now they come out here in the second. It's Cole O'Hara. He passes it to Jack Musa, but it's whistled down for an offsides.
Jacob, we might have to scrap the food review section for next time.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing that one again. I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, didn't factor in having to chew.
No, I didn't. But John, what are you looking forward here in the second period? Because this is a great Maine team. They're certainly not out of it, but 3-0's a dangerous lead.
I mean, this is the first time in our careers here at UMass that Maine has been here for 2 games. Last 2 years, UMass would go up to Orono for the end of the regular season for the 2 matchups in the final series. Maine, a little bit off their game here coming into UMass, not what they're used to, I suppose. Of course, they have played at the Mullins Center. They played last year. I think they won 1-0, and it's been anything but that here in Amherst today. It all started with Cole O'Hara, got a tip in front of the net, put it up 1-0. Then Kenny Connors on the power play, and then Jack Musa with just seconds remaining in the first period made it 3-0 Minutemen in an unbelievable fashion.
Certainly has been a great start for UMass, but now we see if they can keep it going. As Idor Sunyev's line is on here, the all-European line. Sunyev from Russia, Lushmilis from Latvia, and Yenchko from Slovakia. Lushmilis avoids a big hit there in the far corner. It gets scooped up by Taylor McCarr, making his first return to UMass since departing just a season ago. And he has been one of their top scorers for Maine this year. Coming over from Ben Barr, who we'll talk about in a little bit. He was an assistant coach here at UMass, a guy that recruited McCarr from Canada, and also his brother, of course, Cale McCarr. But now he's a chance for UMass the other way. They've got numbers. It's a 2-on-1. Lon back for a circle, slides it out for Sunyev, but he can't get any good wood on it. Sunyev careens it back down low. Skating after it is Frank Jurasevich, and he'll scoop it up, and McCarr will bank it out into UMass's defensive zone and corralled by Del Elche.
That pass was just behind Sunyev there, but a great try by Lautenbach.
Kenny Connors peels, slides it on the ice, and that might have gotten through to Boya. But the puck is bouncing around now out in front of him, and it gets taken away by Luke Antonacci. He moves it along in front of UMass's far side, and it's taken away by Connors. Connors tries to send it across ice pass, but it doesn't get through. It's scooped up by Nick Van Tassel. Van Tassel curls, makes a man fall to his knees. Van Tassel, short angle shot into the chest of Boya. Gets his own rebound now. Van Tassel near circle, skating back up top of the point. One-time try from Alger, and it gets gobbled up by Boya.
Oh, Van Tassel given a lot of time and space there, tried the bat angle. Boya held his post, and then UMass going back to what has gotten them to a 3-goal lead, the shot from the point.
Nick Van Tassel, the 7th-round draft pick of the Ottawa Senators. He shifted up and down the lines, 3rd and 4th, kind of throughout the entire season, but we got a chance to talk to him earlier this week, John. He was born in Staten Island, New York, played a lot of youth hockey there, then went over to New Jersey, but such a great guy to talk with, and told us about how his role has changed here at UMass.
Yeah, he's been up and down the lineup, as you said, Jacob. Whenever there's a player injured, and a guy like Van Tassel playing down the 4th line, you are got to be ready when you're promoted.
Here's a chance out in front. Board, now they score. It's Joey Musa. He makes it 4-0 on the doorstep, and the Minutemen have exploded here in the Mullins Center.
Oh my goodness, Joey Musa, his first goal as a UMass Minuteman, and just completely out of nowhere. Right in front of Boya, got so much height on that backhander, right past his left shoulder. And Joey Musa, who had 12 career goals in 4 years at Dartmouth, finally gets on the board for the Minutemen.
What an incredible story it has been. Joey Musa gets his first in maroon and white, and it came right on the doorstep of Boya, who has just been exposed in this one. UMass's offense has been so powerful. Musa, of course, coming over from Dartmouth. It's a storyline we mentioned ad nauseum throughout this season, playing with his brother Jack, who's a sophomore here at UMass. And Musa over at Dartmouth, 41 points in 93 games, just hasn't had that offensive scoring prowess here in Amherst, but gets his first. Here's a shot along the far circle, gets saved by Boya, comes down in front, Olvestad one-time try, and that doesn't get through. Now's another chance for a shot, gloved away by Boya. This is chaos here at the Mullins Center as Lucas Mercury's glove comes off and goes to the ice. Now it's scooped up and skated away by David Brazil, one of 2 captains here. Josh Nadeau, centering pass. Oh, that one might have been a shot on goal, saved by Robble. Minutemen goes into the cage. It's Cole O'Hara. Now 2-on-2 the other way. Drop pass out in front. That shot off a Black Bear skate, as it was Jack Musa looking for another one. Here comes the Black Bears the other way. It's Charlie Russell. Centers out in front. Backhand save by Robble. Rebound. He jumps on it. And a couple players converge. The student section loves to see it. Over 3 minutes in here, UMass up 4-0.
I mean, I'm starstruck right now, Jacob. This looks like a completely different team, and it has to feel so good for Greg Carvel and his UMass Minutemen, because Minutemen, last 2 years, they've been on that cusp of the bubble, haven't been able to really go higher than that, but you put up a huge, potentially, don't want to get ahead of myself here, what it could be a huge win against Maine here.
But here comes the Minutemen the other way. That gets disrupted, like you said, John. Could be a massive thing for UMass as Taylor McCarr has it on his backhand. Tries to drive wide on the freshman Dale Elche, but he rides him to the glass. Searching for it is Charlie Russell. Tries to pass it up top of the point. Gets intercepted by Yenchko. He tries a delicate pass to Donzla Schmilis, but he gets it right back. Yenchko. Pass gets intercepted by Russell, who chips it into the bench, and now McCarr's going after it with Yenchko.
McCarr trying to do anything he can to ignite a spark under his team, and rightfully so, because the Black Bears are just stunned. I mean, you go over so many things right now, but you look at a guy like Joey Musa getting on the board. Even that can juice up a team. His first goal, of course, as a Minuteman, but it's his first point since the Vegas series in October.
It certainly has been a while. Gets a point on the West Coast and waits till 2025 to get one on the East Coast here. Nevertheless, comes at a critical time early in the second period. Joey Musa gets UMass up 4. Over 5 minutes in here now in the second. Here's Cam Fowler. That shot goes past the glove of Robble. Excuse me, that was Owen Fowler. Now skating after it. Here's Kenny Connors on his backhand far circle. Tries to get a pass out in front, but a great defensive play. And now Maine comes the other way. It's Antonassi. Centers it out in front, goes sliding past Robble. Fowler gives a hit to Ryan Lautenbach. as the puck comes out into the neutral zone. Here's Antonassi, shoots it in. Michael Robel comes out to play it, and he'll pass it to Lucas Olvestad. Olvestad, cross-ice pass to Lawton back. Drop pass now to his defenseman in Owen Murray.
There's Nolan Renwick that laid down on the ice for the 2-on-1 with Connors, and I'm not sure of the Minutemen he was with, but it was a great play. And the Minutemen are winning all the races right now. They're winning physically as there's a big hit by Van Tassel.
A massive hit from Van Tassel. Shot gets blocked down in the near circle by Del Elche. Puck rolls around to the far side for Bo Cosman. Cosman works it around to the near side, and a big hit. Watch out, Joey Musa takes a hit, but gives the puck up. Here's a chance, 2-on-1. Cosman near circle, wrist shot over the crossbar. Oh, baby, that was a rocket, but it goes up and into the netting.
I don't know if it caught the crossbar or a piece of Boya's shoulder, but that was something right there. Bo Cosman, he's still searching for his first goal, not only as a Minuteman, but in his collegiate career.
Yes, he was. He brought his fastball on that shot. Speaking of fastball, John, his father, Jeff, was drafted by the Mets in the 14th round of the 1993 amateur draft in July.
Wow.
And now here he is playing hockey in Amherst, Massachusetts. That's Bo Cosman, that is. Face off to the right of Boya, who has not had a dazzling night, to say the least. UMass wins it back. Jack Musa rims it around to the far side. Kennedy O'Connor chasing after it. He retreats. Down low below the goal line it goes. Musa touch pass. Here's a chance as O'Hara's looking for his second of the night. Puck rides the dasher and goes out into the defensive zone. Here comes Jack Musa on the backhand. Far circle. Misses that one well wide. But the Black Bears will skate this one out. Nadeau gets his pocket picked. Here comes Lucas Mercury. Now O'Hara peels back up top to the point, getting hounded by two Black Bears. Mercury gives a hit, gets the puck on his backhand. Mercury driving wide against Harrison Scott and gets taken to the glass. But still a good effort. And now we'll get a whistle here.
It's going to be a penalty on Scott Jacob for holding Mercury, and there's Jurasevic taking a shot at Mercury, and they're going to send them both.
So it will be a 4-on-4.
4-on-3, I believe. Because there was the penalty to begin with on Scott, and then they're sending Mercury and Jurasevic. 4-on-3 coming after the break, but I'm not sure you sent Mercury there. Could have been a 5-on-3.
Yeah, we'll get the update as we listen to the referee, but with that said, we'll send it on down to Ava Fernandez. She has a nice report about Ben Barr ringside.
Thanks, guys. It must be weird for Ben to return back to the Mullen Center. Before UMaine, Barr was actually the assistant head coach for UMass. In his journey here at UMass, he helped the Minutemen win their first Hockey East regular season championship and reach their first NCAA championship game. In the 2019-2020 season, the Minutemen held their second highest wins total in program history with his help. He was a huge part of these programs' first here at UMass. He led UMaine as a head coach for 4 seasons now, and this season's alone, he's helped guide the Black Bears to 21 wins. In 2021, Coach Carve said, Ben has been a highly instrumental in helping put together multiple championships teams at the Division I level, and I'm excited to see him get the opportunity here as head coach. It's the battle of the national champions tonight at Mullen, so who do you guys think is going to come out at top? It's looking like UMass right now, 4-0. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Ava. We appreciate that. As always, Boya skates back into his net. John, I just saw him skate away from his bench there. He was not happy. He chewed into his UMaine team. And it certainly feels like they needed something like that if your Maine wants to get back into this.
It's not going to come right now, though, Jacob, because Maine has taken another penalty, and they're going to be down actually 5-on-4. So Mercury and Jurasevic with matching penalties. So no 4-on-3, just 5-on-4. But, yeah, a big penalty kill here for Maine. Could get them back into this, but it's going to be tough down 4.
5-on-4. It's a UMass power play. And this is a Maine team that does a nice job of scoring shorthanded goals. 7 shorthanded goals. They could use that here. UMass wins this one back a little too cleanly. That ranks 3rd most in the nation.
Compared to a team that hasn't had any shorthanded goals all season, Jacob. And Maine, they haven't allowed one either.
Here comes UMass through the neutral zone. It gets hung up along the far half wall and shot out by Taylor McCarr. He races after it, and McCarr might be the first man on the puck here. McCarr battling along his former teammate. Kenny Connors gets thrown to the glass McCarr's stick goes flying, and now here's numbers for UMass. Idar Sunyev along the far half wall, puts on the brakes, jams it down low to the oncoming Daniel Yenchko, Yenchko gets brought down to his knees. Kenny Connors comes charging in, pops in the air, and it gets knocked down onto Connors' stick. But Connors will reverse and send it into his own zone. 1:10 left here on the UMass 5-on-4.
Kenny Connors just absolutely burying Taylor McCarr behind the play there. But this UMass power play not off to a great start. Look for something here.
Here's Laudenbach, far half wall, cross ice pass, a dangerous one, deflects off of the stick of Owen Fowler, and UMass will have to retreat for it yet again. They look to go up 5-0 here against the University of Maine in the Mullins Center, almost at the halfway mark in this one. Here's Lushmelis, tries to split the D, passes it to his right for Ryan Laudenbach, banks it off the end, boards back to Lushmelis, now back up top to the point, D to D, UMass goes. It's Larry Keenan, now Francesco Del Elche, back to Lushmelis. Lushmelis loses the puck for a moment, gets it right back to his stick before passing it to Ryan Laudenbach. Lushmelis, Laudenbach, UMass, no shooting lanes here. Lushmelis behind the goal line, Laudenbach far side, wrist shot off the side of the net. Laudenbach takes a hit from Brandon Holt. And UMass passes it back up top to Francesco Del Elche. Here's Del Elche. 7 seconds left on the UMass power play. Cross-ice pass deflected off of Nadu's stick. And UMass will have to chase after it and regroup in their own zone.
A pretty good kill there for the Black Bears. Not much going for the Minutemen, and that's uncharacteristic of their play this entire game. They've been winning all the battles, not that time.
Fourth line on for the Minutemen. Nick Van Tassel gives a hit below the goal line as he hits Brandon Holt. Van Tassel fishing for it in his skates. Goes on the backhand. He's got options to his right. Van Tassel zigzagging behind the goal line. Big hit there. Van Tassel went to the ground, but the Maine Black Bears try to come the other way. And this icing is negated. Puck in the neutral zone. Here comes UMass. Far side it goes. 2-on-1. Shovel pass out in front. Joey Musa was looking for a second as a Minuteman.
Yeah, Van Tassel just saucered it over to him. Musa tried the poke check, just barely out of his reach.
Brandon Holt will softly slide it into the offensive zone for the Black Bears. He'll go for a full change. UMass will bring out their most dominant line of the year so far. Cole O'Hara, Lucas Mercury, Jack Musa. Down low it goes. 10:40 left here in the second period. UMass still up 4-0. UMass doing a nice job of keeping the Black Bears to the outside. Harrison Scott gets his pocket picked. It gets skated away by Cam O'Neill. He gets hounded by a couple of Black Bears in the neutral zone, but he's able to squeeze it into the O zone, and Kenny Connors is able to force a possible turnover, but he'll go for a full change. Here comes Maine looking to stretch the pace of play, and a nice defensive play by the captain, Lyndon Alger. Puck hits off of the lost Taylor McCarr stick a few moments ago as here comes Idar Sunyev charging into the offensive zone with speed. 10 minutes left here in the second period. Sunyev, far half wall on the forehand, slides it across to Lyndon Alger. Alger looking for the one-timer. It's not there. He drives wide. Centering pass is an errant one, and it's skated out by Oscar Komarov. Komarov driving on the backhand, but Kennedy O'Connor makes a nice defensive play to strip him free.
Great defense there by the Springfield, Mass native Kennedy O'Connor. That's a tough position there. Komarov trying to get on his inside.
Here's Nicholas Nemo. Slides it around to the near half wall. It's Scott, goes back up top. One-timer try, goes past the left pad of Robble, and he sprawls out off the end boards to make the save and scoop it up. Right now, Maine doing anything they can to get this UMass team agitated, but they won't budge. We'll send it on down to Annabelle Crago ringside. Take it away, AC.
Tonight, there's a familiar face out on the ice, that of Taylor McCarr. The current left wing for the Black Bears is a former UMass Minuteman. Taylor spent 3 years at UMass before deciding he needed a change. He noted that Maine head coach and former UMass assistant coach Ben Barr played a huge role in this transfer. Similarly to his brother Cale McCarr, another former UMass hockey player, Taylor was selected in the 7th round by the Colorado Avalanche in the 2021 NHL Draft. He was named Hockey East Player of the Week on March 4th and Player of the Month in February. He is definitely a player to keep your eye on tonight, and for the rest of this doubleheader, back up to John and Jacob.
Thank you very much, Annabelle. We're going to step aside just for a couple short moments. We'll be right back on 91.1 WMUA. And we welcome you into the Mullen Center alongside John Ruggiero. I'm Jacob Repper. UMass up 4-0 against the Maine Black Bears in the second period. 9:20 left here in Amherst. Albin Boya has struggled throughout this one, has given up 4. UMass came into the first period ready to play, up 3. And they were able to cash in the second from Joey Musa. Here's a long shot, gets blocked down. Puck in the far corner as Jack Musa puts a nice angle on in the far side. Passes it back up top to the point. Little stutter step from Owen Murray. He guides it down low for Lucas Mercury. Taken away now by Cole O'Hara on the backhand, circling wide, but a great defensive play from Nadeau as he stretches it the other way. Near side it goes. Bodie Node tries to put a deke on a UMass defenseman, and the puck in the net comes off the moorings here with Michael Robel on his pad.
Yeah, it was Owen Murray and Thomas Friel caught up behind the play, and Friel instantly looked to blame Murray, but the linesman says no, the face-off is going to come out to the neutral zone as they'll have to replace the net here on its moorings.
John, we'll take a look around at some of the other hockey scores, and there's only one game besides this one taking place. UNH up 2-0 over UMass Lowell at Songus Arena in Lowell, Lowell, Massachusetts, 8:20 left to go in the second.
That's absolutely huge, Jacob, because right now Lowell is only 3 points behind UMass, and if UMass gets the 3 points here tonight and Lowell gets none, they're guaranteed at least 5th place.
And that would put them, if they get 5th place, in I believe Allentown? Or
well,
sixth?
That's for Hockey East standards, but that's a little bit further down the road there. NCAA regionals.
Right. Well, with 3 points, that could guarantee UMass the NCAA tournament as well. So a lot of other scores to shake out, but we'll keep an eye on them across the league. A couple of other conferences having their conference games tonight. We'll look at that in just a little bit. There's 8:10 left here in the second period. Crowd starting a Let's Go UMass chant up 4-0 over Maine. Del Elche, he'll shoot this one around. UMass will get a full change. There's no Minutemen on the ice. Here comes Fowler the other way, near circle on the backhand. Fowler, backhand shot saved by Robel. Gets a snow shower out of it, but makes the save nonetheless.
Robel's been solid. Heard earlier from Karen Snow talking about how there hasn't been 1 point in this season where he's allowed 4 or more, or excuse me, more than 4. He's allowed 4 just a couple times. He's on a streak of not allowing more than 3. And he has been the absolute rock that UMass has needed behind them.
Has 2 shutouts so far across the season for UMass. Has made 19 saves so far tonight, so he's seen a good amount of shots and chances, but he stood tall. Brandon Holt banks it off the end boards. Live bounce gets patted away by Robel. Round it goes to the near side. Don Schmel is skating after, looking to shovel it ahead through the neutral zone, but the Black Bears are there as they turn the pace of play the other way. Down low below the goal line, it goes down to the near corner boards. Couple Minutemen and Black Bears converge. Sully Sholey, now Fowler on the backhand, curling his way up top to the point, tries the spinorama and send it to the front, but it gets blocked down by the Minutemen. Now it gets taken away by Russell on the doorstep, but a nice play by UMass to keep the Black Bears to the outside. Lyndon Alger battling along the goal line. 7:05 left here in the second period. 2 players for each team converge in the far corner, but it gets floated out by the Minutemen. Daniel Yenchko skating after it, but he gets burned by Brandon Holt. Holt, long pass along the near side, but that will spill down for an icing.
One thing I've noticed out of the Minutemen tonight, Jacob, they are utilizing a forward that's just posted on the main blue line, and as UMass passes the puck up, I mean, this is a fairly common practice, but it's worked beautifully tonight. As UMass passes the puck up to that sort of stationary forward, they have another forward making the rush with the pass, and they do a little drop pass, and off and running goes a guy like Jack Musa for an explosive shot, and Maine is taking a timeout.
Yes, they have. Coach Barr trying to get any sort of energy and momentum with 6:52 left here in the second period. Not a bad idea, John, because if you go into the third period Maine hasn't come back down 4 in the third period all season, so it's probably not going to happen. They're looking for something here.
That would be a monumental comeback out of the Black Bears, but I wouldn't put it past them, to be completely honest. Although I'm not sure this timeout is exactly timely. I feel like this should have been taken much earlier. Maybe after that second goal, because things were going wrong for Maine. And of course, the third goal came way late in the first period, and you're not going to take a timeout at that point. And then UMass just piled it on into the second with Joey Musa. But some management here from Barr, but it might be just a little bit too little too late.
Both teams will come out of their own bench. 6:52 left in the second. UMass has out their top line with Musa, Mercury, and O'Hara. Musa bats after. The puck hops on his stick like a bunny rabbit, but it goes back up top to Owen Murray. He'll slide it down low for Cole O'Hara, fencing his way with Brandon Holt, who takes a big hit along the far half wall from Lucas Mercury. Now here comes Maine skating it out through the neutral zone. Here's Sully Sholey on the forehand, driving wide, sends it through the crease, but it slides very hotly back up top of the point. Maine will send it back down low, skating after it is O'Hara. Charging in is Luke Antonacci. And the puck goes, I believe, up into the netting, so we'll have a whistle here with 6:18 left in the second.
I mean, I am looking for a more complete 60-minute effort in my mind that I'm thinking that UMass has had, and obviously we haven't played 60 minutes yet, but I'm not sure there's one that ranks to this height in my entire time here at UMass.
John, I was thinking the same thing. If I could put one game on it, I would say it's Shades of Denver.
Yeah.
2 years ago, our freshman year, in which UMass piled on a couple of goals early on like this one and came out and beating the #1 team in the nation at that time. But it's been a while ever since then. Here's Laudenbach. Nice pass to himself as he goes crashing in. Takes a big hit below the end boards. The hand will come up here.
It's a late penalty on Laudenbach for tripping as he went diving.
The whistle comes, like you mentioned, John. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I mean, sorry about that. Our a little bit premature from our reporters down there. We'll send it to them in a second, but Laudenbach kind of went down and he was sliding and he took down a Maine player with him, and that's tripping.
Now we will send it on down to our reporters ringside as we get ready for Karen Snow to take it away whenever she's ready.
Thanks, guys. This may be the last time this season UMass and UMaine have a series face-off, but these two teams have a history. With UMass up 4-0 currently with about 6 minutes left in the second period, this could be the game that UMass snaps a 4-game losing streak against UMaine, which were all one-goal games. Overall, UMaine has a 62-28-10 record against UMass since 1979. UMaine is currently ranked number 5 in Hockey East, and with another win tonight, it would move the Black Bears to 22 wins and the first in 33 games, which is the first since 2005 and 2006. As Ava mentioned, Ben Barr, current UMaine head coach, was a former UMass coach as well. These two teams always put up a fight, so as stakes are high tonight and this weekend, we can expect a physical night the rest of the night as well as tomorrow. Back to you guys.
We sure can. We've seen a lot of physicality, but not a lot of grade A opportunities for Maine. John, I'm wondering if they take out Boya going into the third period. That's kind of what I've been thinking.
Like right now? Before the third?
At the start of the third. At intermission, I wonder if they...
I was thinking you were saying pull the goalie.
I was also thinking that as well. I would not be surprised if you see them pull him here.
I mean, I'm not sure you can blame Boya for the miscues tonight. He has obviously not made the big save when needed, but it's been tough.
And I only say that because he's seen a lot of games, 31 games played this year. He's the Hockey's goalie of the month as that shot gets blocked down by Taylor McCarr. But here comes Donzel Schmills the other way, a possible breakaway on his forehand, but he gets trapped by a Black Bear. But here's Cole O'Hara. His shot doesn't get through. 5:20 left here on the penalty kill for the Minutemen. A great opportunity there.
Yeah, still searching for that first shorthanded goal, and I thought Leschmelis might have been hooked from behind, but They rolled in a clean play by Frank Jurasevich, and then O'Hara tried the cannon shot blocked.
Saucer pass, Frank Jurasevich in the near circle. Here it goes to Renwick. His pass doesn't get through. Olvestad's glove comes off. That's the second Minuteman to have that happen to tonight. At the point it goes. Jurasevich down low. Tic-tac. Near circle. Olvestad's there, but he can't clear it out. It's scooped up by Nadeau. Curling and circling. That shot into the leather of Michael Robble. Fans love to see it.
Makes the hard save look easy. Nadeau, that is a right dot shot. High danger scoring chance. Robble gloves it like it was nothing.
And John, we were talking about goaltenders in Albin Boya just a few moments ago, but also this UMaine team has a lot of great alums that have played here, and not just goaltenders, but other players as well. You think of Jeremy Swayman, your goaltender for the Boston Bruins, played here, among Ben Bishop and a few others. Here's circle. UMaine curling around. 4:36 left. We'll get back to that. Hold that thought, John. Here in the second period. Back up top to the point. Maine not finding a shooting angle. Robble on his knees. Able to deflect that into the far corner. Jack Musa skating after it now. Lucas Mercury picks the pocket of Brandon Holt, and he'll slide that one into the offensive zone. UMass will not have actually an opportunity. I thought they'd be able to get a full change there. They did not. 25 seconds left here on the main power play. The captain in the far circle tries to jam it out in front. Hits a UMass skate. Here's Holt at the Hockey East logo. Slides it down to the near side. And now across the far circle. Shot goes past the right shoulder of Michael Robble. Larry Keenan fences at it, and he's able to clear it down and take a big hit in the process. Now UMass gets the chains, and now the time will expire on the main power play.
And this UMass penalty kill been on fire.
Fowler, drop pass. Maine comes in. They can't get it out in front. It's the captain. But UMass has a little trouble trying to clear it out. It's Owen Fowler in the far corner. Goes back up top to the point. Maine will shimmy it in deep. Owen Murray takes a big hit below the goal line. Lucas Olvestad is there for it on his forehand, but he can't flip it out with enough force to get it out of the zone. 3:20 left here in the second. UMass still up 4-0. Looking to go into the third period with a colossal lead on the Maine Black Bears. Now the Minutemen will finally skate this one out, and a massive hit at center ice. That was Fowler, and here's a one-on-one. Here's a shot from Komarov. Gets blocked down by Lucas Olvestad. I believe it was Daniel Yenchko that went down there at center ice. He springs up, looks to be okay. D-to-D pass at the point. And Yenchko goes flying down. Maine cycling the puck to the outside. Big shot doesn't get through. Here's chaos. I thought it was a high stick there. UMass will flip it out, and Yenchko will try to settle it down. He's better off just going for a change. He seems a little delirious there after that big hit. But the Black Bears come the other way. 3-on-2. Shot deflects off the stick of Lucas Olvestad. Kenny Connors in on the chase. He skates down low, trying to press Komarov. Komarov, and there's another hit. Maine is starting to throw the body around with 2:20 left here in the second. It's Taylor McCarr in the neutral zone. He'll sling it in deep. Out of the cage comes Michael Robble. Settles it down for Francesco Del Elche. He headmans it to Kenny Connors, and the puck pops up into the air for Nick Van Tassel. Connors takes a hit in front of a couple of fans in the neutral zone. Now skates after it into the offensive zone. Van Tassel comes over, but Maine's able to get it out and skate it through the neutral zone for a moment. With 1:50 left here in the second period, UMass still up 4-0.
Yeah, Maine clearly trying to provide any sort of spark. They're going to need a goal before the end of this second period if they want any chance of coming back into this one. But I think UMass a little bit caught off guard by this upping physicality.
Luke Antonacci has it. He turns it over to Lyndon Alger and headmans it to Cole O'Hara. Drop pass to Jack Musa. Now near side. One-timer try goes past the extended left leg of Boya. O'Hara's in on it. On the forecheck, he gets pressed along the glass by Antonacci. Maine will just spin this one out, but it's intercepted by Alger. He'll shoot it right on goal and go for a full change. 1:10 left here, and he'll hold that puck, actually.
And offensive zone coming up. Offensive zone draw coming up for the Minutemen. And, I mean, even when Maine is playing the best that they've played this entire game, as Daniel Yenchko goes off holding his face. Not sure if it's a sort of head injury thing or if he got a cut, We'll have to check up on that. Looked like he had a towel on his mouth. But it was, I believe it was Owen Fowler that absolutely wrecked him. And Jensko, I think he went head first into the ice. Luckily, the players have the cage.
Yeah, John, that's what I was saying. He did look a little delirious. And, of course, their director of hockey ops might have seen something, or, like you mentioned, could have been a cut. But nevertheless, he skates off, the freshman. That shot, Michael Robel makes the first save and is able to jump on the rebound with 48.1 seconds left to go in the second period.
And Jensko was trying to do the drop pass that UMass has been doing all night. It just kind of caught up in his skates, and Owen Fowler came in to clean him out. But as we start to wind down the second period here, can't allow any mistakes, because the goal at the very end of the second period would, I think, very well put Maine back into this one with most of the momentum.
It certainly could. UMass has to be careful here. UMaine wins the opening faceoff. 40 seconds left here. Lucas Mercury down below the goal line, comes back up top to Jurasevich, but he can't keep it in. He'll have to retreat like Paul Revere on a midnight ride in Boston many years ago. 30 seconds left here in the second. UMass still up 4-0. Mercury, big hit in the near corner boards. Puck slides out back onto the stick of Frank Jurasevich, the Merrimack transfer. He's a leader in assists on this team with 18 on the season. Puck trickles back up top of the point. Maine's able to keep it in. Here's a long saucer pass in on goal. Robel on his knees in the crease, and he gets pounded down. Owen Fowler fell on him. Not sure if it was intentional or not, but UMass was not happy about it with 8 seconds left here.
They're going to send him, as they should.
Owen Fowler will go to the box. The fans are ecstatic to see that. John, this is quite a crowd. I haven't seen this sort of energy in the Mullins Center. Again, this UMass team is not great on home ice. They're right around 500. They're a lot better away. But the energy has been great so far.
If you told the average fan that, Jacob, they probably wouldn't believe you, because the Minutemen have looked better than they ever have on home ice. And they're going to get another try here on the power play. And it's just an unforced error by Owen Fowler with 8.8 to go. He'll go to the box for the extracurriculars that he decided to take part in after the whistle, and that's just all but doubts Maine's hopes of potentially coming back.
A little over 20 minutes ago, UMass struck late in the first. They have 8 seconds to do so here. They win it back. One-timer shot from Sunya, blockered away, and it goes into the near half wall. UMaine trying to bat it out. 1 second left on the clock, and that will do it. So a great opportunity from UMass there on the power play. They'll have around 1 minute and 52 seconds left to open the third period, and they go to intermission up 4-0. But John, what a 40 minutes of play it has been.
If I had to say so myself, Jacob, I mean, perfection from UMass. That nothing short of it. And I'd like to ask Coach Carville after the game if he would describe this as, well, we'll have to see what happens in the third period, but they're well on their way to a perfect 60 minutes, I'd have to say. I mean, yeah, a couple penalties, but you have capitalized on all of the chances you've been given. You've won all of the battles. You've been the most physical in terms of the entire 40 minutes. You can't ask for much more if you're the Minutemen.
You certainly can, and we'll be asking our engineer, Tim Brown, to give us a great studio update. You listened to him just 20 minutes ago. He's got another one ready in the chamber for you. With that said, UMass goes to break up 4-0. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Home Fort for Minutemen Sports on 91.1 WMUA. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Mullen Center alongside John Ruggiero. My name is Jacob Repper. I suppose it's not good afternoon, it's good evening. The night is dark. The opportunity here is full of light for UMass to go out and capture a victory over Maine. John, up 4-0 here in the third.
Yeah, getting right into it in the third here. UMass on the power play can put Maine away for sure.
So it's a 1 minute and 45-second power play. That trickled over from the second period. UMass sends out their typical power play of top 5 forwards. Here's an opportunity. It's Kenny Connors. Breakaway, backhand forehand, saved by Boya. Oh, Connor was streaking up the near seam.
Yeah, just caught loose there, Jacob, and Boya stood with him the whole way.
1:20 left here on the UMass power play. Cole O'Hara jousting with a couple players along the far half wall. It bounces up top to Kenny Connors. Slides it down low along the far half wall for O'Hara again. Back down low. Goal line. One-time try for Sunyev cutting in on the back door, but he still corrals it. He tries to weave it in front. Now goes back to the outside for O'Hara. He's got his head up as he caroms and skates up top to the point. Pass down low for Lucas Mercury, spinning around. Tries to work it up top, but Maine's able to take it, and they'll bank it out and kill off about a minute of this power play so far.
Mercury tried the spinorama backhand right across to Idar Sunyev. Sunyev just kind of a little bit of a fluttering shot. Didn't get all of it over the bar. Here comes Lashmelis.
35 seconds left on the UMass power play. Lashmelis stops when he should have skated forward, and that is whistled down for an offsides.
Yeah, Van Tassel jumping the line that time, unfortunately, but not much time remaining on this UMass power play, but a couple chances so far.
Quick little Hockey East update. UNH up 3-0 over UMass Lowell now in the third period. 25 seconds left here on the UMass power play. Dale Elche passes it to Lashmelis along the far side. Lashmelis tries to play it to himself. He gets stripped, but UMass still has the puck. 15 seconds left here on the UMass PP. Down low it goes to Nick Van Tassel. He can't corral it. Now Larry Keenan getting worked on by 2 Black Bears. It pops out to Nick Van Tassel again. Van Tassel getting pushed along the glass. Gets it out to Don Lashmelis, who plays it ahead for Van Tassel on his backhand. Van Tassel skating up top towards the point. He'll sneak it in down low. Charging in is Lashmelis, but his pass gets denied. But UMass does a nice job of keeping it in. On the blue line there was Van Tassel. And Lashmelis will dump it in deep. Both teams will go for a full change over 3 minutes in here.
Not a bad power play from UMass, but Maine with a better penalty kill that time. But of course, the damage has been done. The Minutemen are doing everything right as of right now.
26 shots for UMass, 24 for Maine. Both teams with 3 power plays. UMass is 1 for 3 in that regard, and they've cashed in more ways than just that. Up 4-0 here. And here they come through the neutral zone with a lot of speed. It's the Hobie Baker candidate. Quick shot goes past the blocker of Boya. Quick bounce onto the tape of Lucas Mercury, who gets sandwiched along the far half wall. He kicks it with his left foot, and Cole O'Hara tries to take it away. O'Hara on the doorstep gets it stripped from him. In comes Don Lashmelis on his backhand. Little outlet pass to O'Hara, gets it right back below the goal line. On the forehand, Don Lashmelis comes to the near side in the near circle. Drop pass for the charging Owen Murray. Little stutter step on his forehand. Round the net he goes. Murray looking for a shooting lane, gets that one through. Boya gets the rebound, and he gets the whistle as well. A great chance for UMass off that power play. They are in full control here.
We talked to Owen Murray about how he handles, one, being a defenseman and leading the team in shots, having to play a defensive role, of course, being a defenseman. But he also showcases his offensive ability. You saw it on hand that time. Thought he might go for a wraparound, instead skated up towards the left circle and shot it on Boya for a dangerous scoring chance that time.
Face off to the right of Boya. UMass wins this one. Bo Kosman in on the forecheck. We see Bo Kosman, Idar Sunyev, and Don Lashmelis here. So maybe he was hung on there after a couple shifts. Maybe Coach Carville's moving things around here with 6:30 left in the third. UMass still up 4-0.
Don't forget, Yenchko left the ice with an apparent face injury. Not sure if he's still out.
We'll try to spy down on the bench. Until then, UMass is without Yenchko. Here's Maine out in front. Robble gets the deflection in his midsection, and he gets the whistle.
Rabel well on his way to a masterful performance in this one. Of course, he saved 52 of 57 against Lowell. 924 save percentage. That goals against average, I'm sure he wants lower, 242. And assuming this score stays the same, that's going to drop nicely for him.
Face off to the right of Michael Robel. UMass with their third line out. Kenny Connors, O'Neill, and Ryan Londenbach. UMaine wins it back. Here's a chance. Robel sprawling from left to right. Somehow it's still out. The whistle comes. Oh my goodness. Michael Robel makes a glorious save to keep the puck out of the net.
It was Taylor McCarr on the near side, digging for it there. Robel reached out with his right leg, and it's going to be a review here. I think the puck was put into the net after the whistle, so we'll have to see.
Which would be no goal.
Correct.
If they review it. And John, I believe the call on the ice was no goal.
Yep.
As far as we can see on the scoreboard, so there has to be enough to overturn that completely. Two referees in the reviewing box, Bobby Esposito, Peter Schillenhart, and they come out quick. Here's the call. So fans happy with that one. No goal. Michael Robel with another fantastic save. Maine trying to get pucks out in front, which is the theme that we talked to Coach Carville about this week. Maine likes to surge, and they like to spread a lot of players out in front of Robel, but he has stood tall.
I believe two of the Maine goals on February 2nd, the last time these two teams met, were on rebounds. I know the game-winning goal was Taylor McCarr after Rabel let up a pretty bad rebound. McCarr potted it into the open net, but that just has not been there tonight for Michael Rabel. He's let up very few, if any, rebounds. Ben Barr's getting some sort of explanation from one of the referees.
Certainly does not look happy from our vantage point on press row, and this is a Maine team that has not lost in regulation in 10 games, which is just an incredible stat by itself. Face off to the right of Robel. Both teams line up. Maine wins this one back. It goes in the neutral zone with Ryan Londenbach chasing after it. Bodie Nodes tries to get the offensive zone for the Black Bears. UMass shoots this one out. Ryan Londenbach skating after it 1-on-2 in the far corner. Nice move by Nolan Renwick to peel off of him. Puck up for grabs in Maine's defensive zone. And here comes the Black Bears through the neutral zone. Drop pass along the far side. That shot goes right past the right shoulder of Michael Robel. Does Maine have life here in the third? They go up 4-1 off of a gorgeous goal from Charlie Russell.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Russell had it on his right hand on the right dot. Fires it far side past the blocker of Michael Rabel. And for Russell, it's his 7th goal of the season. He didn't play in the first game between these two teams back in February. And he hasn't had a goal since February 15th.
And he also hasn't played much college hockey either. Sophomore forward, played with Clarkson last year, 7 games played. That was all before he went down on his own accord to Green Bay Gamblers in the USHL, and then came back, joined Maine this year, and could be a goal to get Maine back into things. 4-1 here in the third period, almost 5 minutes in. Puck in UMass's defensive zone. Lucas Mercury trying to pry it free, working one-on-one at the point against Harrison Scott, but the puck slides back into Maine's defensive zone as they will look to regroup.
It's just a great defensive play by Lucas Mercury there at the blue line. Scott just trying to set up, and he's just harassed by the stick of Lucas Mercury.
Long stretch pass the other way, but Maine can't connect. It goes for an icing. But John, expect to see some of that play now with Maine down 3, trying to get back into this game. They're going to have to push the pace of play and then eventually start to think about possibly pulling your goaltender.
Yeah, I mean, there's still 14 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this one, so anything's possible, technically, I suppose. They did up their physicality late in that second period, and now they're on the board with Charlie Russell. Only can go up from here.
Face off to the right of Boya. It's won by Maine. Here comes Holt the other way. Tries to backhand it out in front. Lyndon Alger goes spilling down. But the Minutemen come charging through the neutral zone. Bo Cosman on the forecheck going up against Owen Fowler. Puck along the near half wall. Cosman searching for it. Gets a little help along his left side by Lushmelis, who takes a hit along the glass. A fan goes onto his feet, pulls up his shirt there, trying to distract a couple of the Black Bears, but it goes back up top to Kennedy O'Connor. His shot goes wide past the right pad of Boya. Around it goes to the near side. Puck below the goal line. Don Lushmelis with a reverse hit on Brandon Holt. With the puck spilling across to the far side, the Black Bears skated out through the neutral zone with Sully Sholey. Sholey rims it around to the near side, gets plucked by Owen Murray as he banks that one high off the glass to the charging Kenny Connors. Connors is one man alone on the forecheck. But the Black Bears come through the neutral zone. They'll pad it in deep. Owen Murray's there below the goal line. He reverses course. UMass does a nice job swiftly transitioning to the far side. Connors trying to get to the open puck. Maine will saucer it in deep, and both teams will go for a change. Over 6:30 in here in the third period. If you're just joining us, the Massachusetts Minutemen commanding a 4-1 lead over the Maine Black Bears. Alongside John Ruggiero, I'm Jacob Repper. We've had Tim Brown in the studio, and our ringside reporters, Ava Fernandez, Annabelle Crago, Karen Snow, doing such a phenomenal job, as always, in the penultimate game of the 2024-2025 regular season. Here's Jack Musa slithering in deep. Gets a little help from Lucas Mercury to pry the puck free. He gets hit along the end boards by Bodie Nodes. Mercury goes back up top to the point for Del Elche. Quick shot goes well wide, but Mercury's there to get the rebound. On the forehand, soft drop pass to the charging Del Elche. UMass tries to spin it out in front, but Del Elche, the defenseman who charged in, is not back at his point in time, so to go back into UMass's defensive zone with Maine trying to apply the forecheck. Puck dancing on its edge in UMass's defensive zone. Maine can't keep it in, with Cole O'Hara skating after it on the forecheck. Idor Suniev there to pick it up. O'Hara goes spilling to the ground. Suniev on his forehand, passes it back up top to O'Connor. His shot goes wide. Live bounce off the end boards. Lyndon Alger, the captain, comes charging in. Backhands it across to Don Lushmelis in the far corner. Over 8 minutes in here. One-time try from Suniev doesn't get through. Puck rattling around in the high slot, but UMass isn't able to get a stick on it. Here's Alger. Bump pass. Joey Musa's shot goes past Albin Boya.
Just craziness here at the Mullins Center, Jacob. I mean, even just then when Joey Musa had a dangerous scoring chance, that one was blocked that time, and the Minutemen harassing Maine once again. It doesn't look too pretty, all things to be fair here, but they're doing their job.
That shot steered aside by Boya, scooped up on the far side, now down low for Ryan Lonback on his forehand. Quick pass up top of the point. That one might have banked off the crossbar. Cosman can't get to the puck in time. It comes out to the neutral zone. It's skated now by Ryan Lonback and over to Owen Murray. Over 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the third period here, UMass still up 4-1. They'll try a long stretch pass. Maine denies them at their defensive blue line. The puck skips into their defensive zone in the far corner. They'll go D to the near side for Brandon Charbriere and look to set up the transition.
If you just look at the shot totals, it doesn't at all tell the full story of this one. UMass only leading by 1 in shots, 29-28.
Here's a possible 2-on-1 the other way for Maine, driving in. That shot over the right shoulder of Michael Robble. Oh, we could have a fun one with Maine starting to apply some pressure the other way. That shot doesn't get through. Another chance. Robble save, gets his own rebound. It's been an area that he's tried to improve on. And with only 1 goal against, he's been strong.
Yeah, it was originally Lyndon Breen there with the shot over the bar. And that was a dangerous chance. And then Owen Fowler followed up with the rebound. Harabel stopped it as we're under media timeout.
We'll send it down to Ava Fernandez. She's got a little fan interview ringside.
Thank you, guys. I'm down here with Marcos and Gabe. What is your favorite part about Student Appreciation Night here at the Mullins Center?
I would say my favorite part about Student Appreciation Night and just coming to these games in general is the student section's always popping. The energy is always crazy in here. There's literally a chant for everything, and UMass has had a really competitive year, and we've had some really good crowds, so it's been really fun.
What do you think about Todd performing earlier? The Bruins singer, like that's a big deal.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool. I mean, to me, it was like the voices of angels coming down to talk to me. I thought it was really beautiful. It's one of my favorite national anthems that I've heard in a while, and yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was really cool to see that.
All right, thank you guys. Go UMass.
Go UMass.
Thanks a lot, Ava. We appreciate that, John. What a great national anthem. And as those two students told, great energy down there in the student section.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it before the game. UMass doesn't always, well, they rarely actually have someone singing the national anthem. It's usually performed by our lovely band here at the Mullins Center, but you have a guy like Todd Angeli who obviously performs the anthem on a national stage regularly. That fires you up as a team.
It certainly does, and we'll have to find out if that contributed to UMass getting 3 goals in the first period. That remains to be seen for now. 10:35 left in the third. Joey Musa getting his first goal as a Minuteman just a few moments ago on the ice, looking for the puck in his defensive zone. Along the near half wall it goes, rims around, back down low to Owen Murray, but here's going to be an interesting opportunity for Maine. There'll be a tripping call on UMass. Maine will go to the power play.
0 for 3 tonight, so not where they want to be on that with that stat category, but you got to think that every good power play is right around 20 to 25%, and this being their 4th opportunity on the power play, if they were to score 1, they'd be right at 25%, and that would make this a game with 10 minutes to go as Olvestad goes to the box for tripping.
Olvestad tied for most penalty minutes on this UMass team with 20, tied with Idor Sunyev. And this is the most disciplined team in college hockey, with Maine winning this puck too cleanly all the way down their own zone. They are number 1 in the nation in lowest penalty minutes, John, this UMass team. But nevertheless, they committed one here. Maine trying to get back into this game down 3. Here they come through the neutral zone. He'll push it down low below the goal line to the left of Michael Robble. Till Elche's there fending for it. Back up top of the point it goes for Brandon Holt. He slides it down low to the far corner, gets it right back. D2D, he goes to the near side for Lyndon Breen, one of 2 captains. Back up top to Holt at the Hockey East logo on his forehand. Slides it back down low to the goal line, gets it right back. Here's Holt. Shooting lanes aren't there. Dishes it off to Breen. Breen's cross-ice pass hits the skate of Lucas Mercury, but Holt is there for it. Over 45 seconds in on this Maine power play. Drop pass to Breen on his forehand. One-time try from Holt. His stick breaks in the process. He'll have to get another one. So for the time being, it's 4-on-4. There's a sharp angle shot on the far side. Michael Robble's able to keep it out. Here's Frank Jurasevich at the Hockey East logo. Such a good skater. So you see him display that here. Far circle on the forehand. Roundy goes to the near side. Jurasevich almost tries to get it across the far side for Harrison Scott, looking for the one-timer. Now it goes to Sully Sholey at the Hockey East logo. Into the near circle. Up top. That shot, great block. A courageous one from Lucas Mercury, and he might have an option the other way. Working one-on-one, tries to toe drag, but he gets disrupted by Jurasevich. Nevertheless, a great effort from him.
Yeah, Lucas Mercury leads all forwards in blocks coming into this game. He had 43, right around the same as Owen Murray, who had 44. So those two have been battling for the lead in blocks.
UMaine still on the power play, 15 seconds left. Jurasevich, long shot, a fantastic block. UMass sacrificing the body this time from O'Hara. He's got 1 goal. Can he get 2? O'Hara coming in, forehand, he scores! His second of the night, a gorgeous goal from Cole O'Hara, and UMass gets them up 5-1.
Short-handed goal number 1 for the season for the Minutemen. And I mentioned it earlier, Jacob. Maine has not allowed a shorthanded goal all season. And just like that, the Hobie nominee scores his 2nd of the night, his 22nd goal of the year. Unbelievable stuff from the Minutemen.
What a display this has been. Fans on their feet, bouncing around with the great vibes, the great tunes, and the great goals. 5 of them here in this one. Fans ecstatic for Cole O'Hara. This is the most amount of points a Minuteman has put up in a UMass jersey since Bobby Trevino a few years ago. What a season O'Hara is having. David Brazil looking to start out of his own zone. Now Taylor McCarr on his forehand, far circle off the pad of Michael Robble. Kicks out to Brazil. He swirls it down low. Dale Elche's there, tries to flip it out. Puck pops on edge on him. But his buddy there I believe that's Nick Van Tassel, is trying to fish it out as the puck slides back down low below the goal line. 7:35 left in the third period. UMass up 5-1.
Going back to the O'Hara goal, Jacob, just a simple move. Cut in on the backhand, right around Frank Jurasevich, and then switch to the forehand to put it right past Boya. So much speed from O'Hara on display there. His talent is off the charts.
Owen Murray fishing for it. It caroms out to the tape of Michael Robble. He'll cover it, and both these two teams, John, they've been battling it after the whistle nonstop tonight.
Yeah, it's been a very physical game here at the Mullins Center. Of course, Yenchko going down due to Owen Fowler. He's a guy that loves to mix it up, and of course the Minutemen respond accordingly.
So this game looks like it's wrapped up. UMass up 5-1, but certainly going to be a fun one tomorrow night. But before we get to that, we'll send it on down to AC.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm here with UMass student and hockey fan Riley Dowers. In the student section here tonight, it's Student Appreciation Night. What's the energy like?
It's so good, it's so thrilling, it's so jam-packed. I'm having such a good time, and the game is going so good so far.
As a UMass hockey fan, what has been your favorite thing about coming to games this season?
My favorite thing is all of the chants in the student section. It's so fun and so lively, and I love it so much.
And are you looking forward to tomorrow night's final game of the regular season?
I'm so excited for tomorrow's game. Today's going so good. We've already had 5 goals, and Cole O'Hara is doing so good. Go UMass.
Thank you, Riley. Back up to John and Jacob.
Thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it. Cole O'Hara. Oh, boy, what a season he is having, John.
It's unprecedented, Jacob. I mean, I believe he has 2 points tonight. That puts him at 49 points on the season, and depending what happens around the nation, that's probably the lead in the NCAA for points on the season. And Jacob, that ties, as you said, Bobby Trevino. 49 points for Trevino in 37 games. Tied for the most amount of points in a single season under the Greg Carvel era.
We'll see if O'Hara has one more in him. He'll certainly have at least one more game to do so. And those Trevino numbers as well factored in hockey's playoff games, NCAA tournaments as well. So we'll see what O'Hara can do. 7 minutes left here in the third period. Minutemen still up 5-1. It's Idar Sunyev on the forehand along the far half wall. Getting fenced by Bodie Nodes. Sunyev, now Lishmilis. Lishmilis on the forehand, driving wide, looking to curl around the wraparound try. Goes through the crease. UMass still has it, kept in for the moment by Owen Murray, but off the heel of his stick. He'll have to regroup. 6:35 left here in the third. It's Lucas Olvestad. Took a penalty just a few moments ago. Gets the offensive zone. Long shot into the glove of Boya looking to play it. But a great play by the freshman James Dewar to put him under pressure. Here's Kennedy O'Connor. Long try looking for the deflection from Bo Cosman. He got it, but not good enough to put it in the back of the net. Cosman takes a hit along the far half wall by Bodie Nose. Puck rattles around to the near side. Here's James Dewar charging in. A massive hit by Dewar. Here comes Maine the other way. That shot saved by Robble with the glove. And it caroms down to the near corner. Charlie Russell, the lone goal for the Black Bears. Searching for the puck. Comes out onto the tape of Lyndon Alger spinning around like a dreidel. Alger tries to avoid his defenseman. And now it's taken away by the Minutemen. Shot goes wide past Boya. Both teams will go for a full change. 5:35 left in the third period. UMass still wielding a 5-1 lead. Puck slides into the far half wall. Del Elche's there for it. Now it comes back around to the near side. Maine on the forecheck. UMass having a little trouble getting the puck onto their stick as that shot from the half wall goes off the outside of the netting. Here's Breen on the forehand. Slides it back up top of the point for Holt. His shot finds traffic out in front. It's skated away for the moment by Jack Musa, but he can't get it out. Now onto the tape of Larry Keenan. He'll park himself behind the goal of Robble and headman it out front for a couple Minutemen. But UMass turns it over in the neutral zone. Here comes Fowler the other way. On his forehand, long try. Gets snagged out of the air by Michael Robble with 4:50 left here in the third.
I mean, Robble has made some unbelievable stops in this one. Make that 31 saves on 32 shots. And it's been unbelievable.
We'll send it on down for a moment to Karen Snow. She's got another fan interview for us.
Thanks, guys. I am here with UMass student Ryan Lynch, who has been able to see a really exciting, really good game so far. What is your favorite part of the game, and how excited are you for playoffs?
My favorite part of the game has got to be the UMaine power play where Cole O'Hara scored his second goal. That was electric. I cannot wait to see him in the playoffs score even more goals, as he's the national leader in goals for hockey.
Awesome. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate that. Just 4:50 left here, and then UMass will get ready for Maine tomorrow. Of course, Blarney being a big event as well, but men's basketball plays in the morning. Maine and UMass, one final bout at night, and John Ruggiero and Zeke Altman will be on the call for men's hockey. And it's just your reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by the Mill River Tavern in Hatfield, a neighborhood bar and restaurant situated on the other side of the Connecticut River, not far from the UMass campus. From signature cocktails to brick oven pizza, this small town tavern offers everything needed for an evening with friends or a sit-down meal with family. The Mill River Tavern is found online at millrivertavern.com and is found on Instagram and Facebook. The Mill River Tavern is open Monday through Saturday as late as 9:30 p.m. We thank the Mill River Tavern for their support. Time winding down here at the Mullins Center. Face off to the right of Robble. UMass wins it back. The puck skitters on edge into the offensive zone for the Minutemen. Ryan Laudenbach giving chase. But Brandon Charbrier parks himself behind the goal. The junior defenseman sends it into UMass's defensive zone. The Minutemen can't clear. Maine on the forecheck. Lucas Olvestad trying to get it out. Charbrier comes in, goes D to D the near side for Komarov. He's driving wide. Slides it down low. Ryan Laudenbach looking to intercept. He does, but his pass all the way down the ice will go for an icing.
I just have no words at this point, Jacob. I mean, 4 minutes ago, UMass up 4 goals. And to delay things a little bit further, UMass will take a timeout of their own. But you can't say much more about this effort tonight. Coming back to Amherst, you know the implications. 6th in Hockey East, 12th in the pairwise. And the Minutemen put up what is potentially going to be a 5-1 3-point win over the Maine Black Bears. It's something I don't think anyone expected. And assuming UMass does get the 3 points tonight, that would tie them for 5th with Providence. Now, I'm not exactly sure who has the tiebreaker between UMass and Providence, but the Friars will play tomorrow, and that will be against Northeastern. So both teams in their final game, tied at 36 points, will have a chance to fight it out for 5th. I believe UMass Lowell has just about lost 3-0 against the Wildcats. So it's going to be 5th or 6th for the Minutemen.
And this is crushing for the Maine Black Bears, too, because this officially puts that #1 seed off the table. Yep. Boston College with just 1 game left. They're playing Merrimack, I believe, tomorrow night. But they will be without a reach of that 1 spot. Fans singing along here in a great atmosphere in mid-March. A massive hit at center ice. Charging in was Lucas Mercury. He is blocked and thrown the body around a lot tonight. Unfortunately, it's a penalty as that long shot goes over the head of Michael Robble. Boya comes out of the net, but UMass touches up. They're either giving him a charging penalty or roughing here.
I thought it was going to be interference, but they do call it a rough, which is harsh for an open ice hit. I think the puck did leave the Maine player who got hit down, left him a couple moments before he got hit. That's why I thought it might have been interference, but Mercury, regardless, to the box for 2 minutes, 3:42 to go in the game.
It's a little strange, John, coming after that Coach Carvel timeout, to have a guy get sent off for a penalty there with 3:42 left in the third. You're up with a massive lead. So UMass's penalty kill will get a little working for tomorrow night's game in the season finale. Long shot, save Robble. Possible rebound, but he covers about all the white and blue ice around him, so he gets the whistle. Stop the play. .336 left in this third period. UMass still up big over the Maine Black Bears. Maine on a power play, looking to carry whatever momentum they can into tomorrow. Certainly won't carry a victory, but they'll have 1:54 left to try to cash in on the man advantage. Maine wins the face-off. They'll slide it back up top to their point for Brandon Holt. Nice saucer pass to the near circle. That shot gets through, saved by Robble with the pad. They'll go right back up top to Holt. Holt, lot of room. Wrist shot deflects off a Minuteman stick in Kenny Connors. But they're there to shoot it all the way down. They kill off precious time. 30 seconds left, or 30 seconds killed off on this Maine power play.
Maine already 0 for 4 on the power play tonight and have given up a shorthanded goal. Doesn't get much more tough than that. Of course, still a minute 15 seconds left on this man advantage.
Here's Charlie Russell as the lone goal for Maine. But a great defensive play by Keenan, able to throw the body around of his 6'4" frame and shoot it all the way down. 2:45 left here in the third period. Charbrier drops it through the neutral zone. Here comes McCarr in a building he called home just a few months ago. Here's Charbrier on the backhand, getting hounded by Donzla Schmillis. Now McCarr on the forehand. Skating across to the far side, dishes it off. Now they go back up top to the point at the Hockey East logo. It's Charlie Russell. Down low to McCarr, gets it right back on his backhand, does a nice job of keeping it in, and slides it across to Charbrier. Charbrier, drop pass. Russell feeds it out in front. Wrist shot goes wide past the left glove of Robble. Maine still has possession. 20 seconds left on their power play. Renwick will shoot it in deep. McCarr's there. He keeps the cycle going. Round it goes to the far side. Russell's there. He gets bumped around a little bit. Larry Keenan's in the action. Puck still up for grabs, and it comes out onto the tape of McCarr. McCarr, quick pass up top of the point. Russell's shot gets blocked down. A gorgeous block from Cole O'Hara, who has 2 goals on the night. And what a story he has been. Here's Nadeau. Nice backhand, no-look pass. That shot into the cage of Michael Robble. He fended that one off brilliantly with 1:30 left here in the third. David Brazil takes a big hit below the goal by Lyndon Alger. Maine doing a nice job of keeping it in. Here's Komarov, one-time shot deflects in on goal by Robble. And we have some pushing and shoving. This is whistled down. I'm not sure why it's whistled down, John.
I couldn't tell you either, Jacob.
I thought broken mask for a moment.
Oh, maybe.
But I never saw Robble's helmet come off.
Well, just based off him taking it off and readjusting everything, have to assume that's the case. But he stopped 35 of 36. He's been brilliant tonight. No beat-up mask is going to stop him.
Face off to the left of Robble. Just 1:20 left here in the third. What a fun season this has been for not just the Minutemen, but for John and I and our entire station. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Again, we'll have the finale tomorrow night. And what has been just a thrilling year. We'll keep the coverage going for you in the Hockey East tournament and hopefully the NCAA tournament as well. So keep it with us here on the student radio for the UMass Minutemen. What comes out as a long shot is saved by Michael Robble.
And we'll have the call tomorrow night, myself and Mark Gardenia. That'll be a fun one. Who knows what will happen at this point. UMass is going to take the 3 points. They'll have a chance to win the series against Maine for the first time in a good long time. And it's just been masterful tonight from the Minutemen.
It all happened so quick, John. Think about the season starting in October and now starting to ramp up, certainly in play, but really wind down. 45 seconds left here in the Mullins Center. Crowds waiting for UMass to claim victory, up 5-1 still. A big hit by Owen Murray in the neutral zone. Puck dancing around, and UMaine will sweep it in. Lucas Olvestad there for it. He tries to play it off the glass. It gets knocked down along the far half wall. Idor Sunyev searching for it. He avoids a hit, and his defenseman will sky this one all the way down. 15 seconds left here in the Mullins Center. Maine clears it out. It's Owen Murray in his own zone, and he's content to skate this behind Michael Robble's almost perfect cage, letting up just one goal in this one. Final seconds will tick off, and the horn will sound. The band will play. The fans will stand, and the Minutemen are victorious 5-1 here in Amherst, beating Maine for the first time in a long time. It's a gorgeous victory for UMass, John.
Absolutely, Jacob. This puts them up to tied for 5th in the hockey standings. And of course, I'm sure there's a bump coming up in the pairwise standings as well. And just a complete 60-minute effort tonight from the Minutemen, beating number 4 pairwise Maine. And something that I don't think anyone could have predicted or even expected. I mean, player of the game for me, it's tough to choose. I'd probably have to say, even through all the goals, Michael Crabble stood tall. He didn't allow any rebounds, and he was just almost perfect tonight. Of course, Cole O'Hara with his 2 goals, tied for the most points ever by a Minuteman in one season under Greg Carvel's reign.
A thrilling victory is for sure. For our entire crew, we appreciate you tuning in. It's been a fun one here in Amherst, Massachusetts. We've got a lot of great coverage coming your way, so don't go away. The next few weeks should be a lot of fun. For Annabelle Crago, Ava Fernandez, Karen Snow, Tim Brown in the studio, we always appreciate his fantastic work. And for my partner, John Ruggiero, I've been Jacob Repper. The UMass Minutemen take the victory over the UMaine Black Bears, 5-1 here in Amherst. Signing off, saying so long.